Evening, everyone. There's really no delicate way to say it. There is a part of the tri-state that quite literally stinks, and neighbors are fed up.
The smell is coming from an abandoned compost pile. And tonight residents went looking for answers on what's going to be done to try to clear the air. Local 12's Angenette Levy learned the plan tonight, and she heard what people think about it. Angenette.
Well, Rob, that site is right behind me here in Winton Hills, but people who live in other neighborhoods like Elmwood Place and Carthage have been living with this smell. If all goes as planned, the cleanup could start in late August, but some people believe something should have been done sooner. Neighbors of the former Compost Cincy site got a bird's eye view of the smelly piles that have made their lives miserable for more than a year.
When you go outside and it smells like you stepped in something and you can't get it off your shoe.
Worse than a sewer at times.
The city of Cincinnati leased the property to Compost Cincy. The company planned to compost food waste to keep it out of landfills, but city officials say the company took in too much waste and the wrong type of material, and the smell got out of hand. The complaints started in late 2012 and got worse last year. In February, the city locked the company out of the property.
It is more of a nuisance to the community than it is a hazard.
Tonight, city environmental officials and consultants laid out their plan to snuff out the stench for good. The piles of rotting waste will be taken apart and allowed to compost naturally.
Once oxygen is into those piles that are now sitting anaerobic, the odors will get worse for a short period of time. Our goal is that will be a 4-week processing time, and if all goes well, it should be better by then.
Neighbors say they'll put up with a little more stink if it means a future of fresh air.
And now that they're going to take care of it, and they say they will, and I believe them, I think we can wait the 3 or 4 or 5 months.
And some people may think another part of this story really stinks in that City of Cincinnati taxpayers are on the hook for this cleanup. The option the city has chosen costs $300,000, and city attorneys are looking at their options from recouping that money from Compost Cincy. Reporting live in Winton Hills, Angenette Levy, Local 12 News. Rob?
So I want to know what you think. Does it really stink? Are you standing there by it? I mean, is it that bad?
We're just across the street from it, Rob. Earlier at 5 o'clock when we were standing closer to those compost piles, it really didn't smell, but then after the live shot, we actually walked up toward the piles and it smelled really awful. It really is pretty offensive, and this is actually much better than it used to be before the city took over possession of that site.
So 90 degrees doesn't help, I bet, that on a day like today. That's an answer.
Yeah. 90 degrees or 9 degrees, I think you'd probably have a pretty good odor back here.
All right, thanks very much. Local 12 News reached out to the owner of Compost Cincy for the story, and our emails and phone calls were not returned.